So this one here, this is my Angelito. Look, look, look. I'm getting the branching that I hope for when we tip this guy. I've got a fig here. This tree has 7 figs on it right now, just because of the grow tent. Every single node now has a fig. So this is just absolutely fantastic. Hey everybody, this is Danny with My Fig Sticks. Hey, real quick, today I want to talk about my grow tent and everything I'm learning from that grow tent. A lot of tips from all of you have really helped me. I think I'm homing in on how this grow tent is going to work. Y'all, I'm seeing great results. So let's take just a few minutes to go check it out. Hopefully you can get a grow tent. I want to show everybody that even on a small scale, we can grow figs indoors. Okay, so y'all know the drill. This is my starting area. So all of these are cuttings that I have. Yes, I'm in an unheated garage. Yes, I have them on the floor. I do have towels or a mat underneath my heat mats now, trying to hopefully distribute that heat up towards the cuttings. Y'all, I'm doing what I can with what I have. I want everyone to understand you don't have to have a greenhouse or a hoop house to be able to start cuttings. Do with what you've got. Are you going to get 100%? No. Are you going to get 90%? Maybe not. But I'm looking better and better each day. So just wanted to point that out. I am making do with what I have. And what I have is an unheated garage and the floor. So I'm doing the best I can. A lot of you have given me tips on what I need to do to help distribute the heat better. And that's what I'm doing. And so far, I am seeing better and better results. But let's talk about this guy. So these 2 grow tents are what I have purchased. Actually, mother-in-law gave me this for Christmas. I am absolutely loving it. That is why I bought this one. This one will be more for vegetable seeds and such. But right now, I do have some figs in there. I have the lights turned off on this one. Just FYI, I am running my lights at night right now. The lights put off a considerable amount of heat in this smaller grow tent here. With all the shelves, there's lights on the top of every shelf, so it's shining down on each tray. I am holding temperature in here just above 80 degrees with the light running, with the light off during the daytime. I'm getting it's fallen down around 60 degrees, which is not horrible. Maybe I find a way to heat that. I don't know. But right now, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not trying to grow figs in this one. I'm just trying to keep them alive. But this tent right here, little different story. This is a MarsHydro as well. And I am really, really liking this grow tent. So let's take a look inside. First off, I know I've probably shown y'all this before, but the fabric on this is very hefty. You're going to have to work to tear this, I fully believe. The zippers on it are very nice. I have already kind of unzipped this one a little bit to make life easier. But let's get this guy open, and I'll show you what I have going on inside. Okay, so in here I have 2 grow lights. These are, they say 65 watt equivalent to 650 watt. Y'all, I'm not a mathematician. We've had this discussion before. I'm going by the description on the lights and taking it for their word. So I'm assuming I've got 1,300 watts of 1,300 equivalent watts of light going on in this grow tent. A couple of things I'm trying. Aphid. I'm trying her pine saw here, y'all. Well, y'all saw this. This tent was like a rainforest. It was all but raining inside the tent for a little while when I first got these going. Fig gnats, or I'm sorry, fungus gnats were absolutely horrid. I think I've got that under control now. I hope the pine saw is part of that, but I'm using Aphid's pine saw method. I'm also spraying these with an insecticide. It is, I'm going to read this, Malathion. I'm not sure if that's the proper pronunciation, but it controls aphids, spider mites. If you read through all that, it takes care of mosquitoes and fungus gnats as well. So I've been spraying that on everything inside, as well as my other cuttings, trying to cut down on the insects. I bought these little sticky traps and they seem to be working as well, but my fungus gnat, mosquito, whatever problem seems to be under control. Also, inside of the water with the malathion is mosquito bits. I've been soaking my water in mosquito bits as well. I seem to be getting this under control, but y'all, whew, the gnats are an issue, and we all know that they will, one, bug, pun intended, us to death, but also they can kill your cuttings. So we got to keep those under control. This is what I'm doing to help. Another thing that I believe helps is the fans. So I've got some fans that are blowing across everything, keeping the air circulated. I've got one down at the bottom as well as one here at the top. They're facing different directions. I'm hoping that's getting some good circulation. Another thing, again, the humidity inside of this grow tent was through the roof. I mean, if you can get above 100% humidity, I believe I was above 100% humidity. It was all but raining inside of this grow tent. So by suggestion of some viewers, I have opened up a vent here on top, and I've also opened up a vent down here at the bottom. So I'm trying to hopefully let, the stale air go up and cooler air come in the bottom. The last thing I've done with this tent, it's getting cold finally here in East Texas, so I need to regulate the heat. I need heat above 70. I really want it closer to 80. So along with running the lights at night to help keep the temperature up, I've got a little heater. Y'all, this is my this is my power station. That heater is plugged in right here. This little device here, I can turn off and turn on with my phone, no matter where I am. I can be in Oregon if I wanted to be, and I could turn this heater off and on and regulate the temperature. What I've noticed with the lights running, I'm able to average around 77 degrees. When the lights go off, if I leave the heater on, I can keep it around 72 degrees. What I've been doing, when the lights go off, I wait until mid-morning, and then I'll go ahead and cut the heater off. The temperature's getting down around 60 for just a few hours. When the lights come back on, the temperature rises. Then when it gets dark outside, the garage starts cooling off, I kick the heater back on. The lights are running for 14 hours right now, and they're running from 3 p.m. to 5 a.m. So I think that's really helping me regulate the temperature better. I guess kind of I'm simulating daytime, nighttime, right? So when the lights are on, I've got the temperature up. When the lights are off, the temperature's coming down. So it never really gets below 60. If it does, I've got an alert on my phone that says, hey, turn your heater on. And so that's what I've been doing. So now let's take a look at what our fig trees are or how they are responding. All right, so first and foremost, this one in the back, this is the I-258. If you're new to my channel and you haven't watched, go back and check out the video where I air layered the top of my I-258 out. This is the top of my I-258 right here. Y'all, it's finally beginning to put on a lot of new growth. And then it's got figs all over the place. I think I'm up to 8 figs now on this one, and they're getting larger and larger and larger. You can see another one there. Y'all, this is the fig that came on pretty quickly. As soon as I put it under grow lights, that fig began to grow. It's reached, I guess, its normal size for now. It hasn't started swelling just yet, but I know that that's coming. Look, there's more new top growth here. Y'all, I cannot do anything but contribute all of this to the grow tent. So this one here, this is my Angelito. Look, look, look. I'm getting the branching that I hope for when we tip this guy. I've got a fig here. This tree has 7 figs on it right now, just because of the grow tent. Every single node now has a fig. So this is just absolutely fantastic. I don't know that this, I don't know. I don't know that I could do this without a grow tent, not with what I have. This over here is the Coledon Blanc. It's beginning to finally open some buds and begin new leaves, and it's also got figs. I think the last time I counted, it's got 4 figs on it. They're kind of hidden right now. It's hard to see behind the leaves, but I believe there's 4 figs on this one. But what I'm excited about, this tree has kind of sat here since Figgy Ed gave it to me. It hasn't done much, hasn't looked bad, but it just hasn't done much. Now that I've got this in the grow tent, lights regular on and off and heat, yeah, now we're starting to see some results. So y'all, this is my grow tent setup. Again, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. This is in my garage. This is everything. All of these tips really came from you guys on how to vent it, how to stop the rain from the inside. But yeah, I believe this is it. I think I've got this under control now. I'm super excited about maybe getting some ripe figs here in the next few months. Y'all stay tuned. I'll keep you posted. Okay, y'all, there's a quick look at my grow tent. I just hope to show you all that you don't need a greenhouse, you don't need a hoop house, you don't need some elaborate setup to be able to grow figs indoors. Y'all, that MarsHydro tent was $89. The heater, I think I got 2 of them for $50, so 25 bucks a piece. The grow lights, right now you can get those grow lights on Amazon for $35, I think is what they're on right now. Hopefully I can remember, and I will put links to all of that in the description below. But y'all, I'm less than $175 and I'm growing figs indoors. I feel pretty confident that I'm gonna ripen some of these figs in that grow tent. Y'all, I am super excited. I just wanna show y'all that it is possible on a small scale to grow figs indoors, because fig addiction is a real thing and we all want that ripe fig in the wintertime. Y'all, thanks for watching.